is Sky Sports.
Both West Ham United and Liverpool had a weekend to remember as they celebrated victory in the semi-finals of the FA Cup. It's Marlon Harewood for West Ham! What a goal!
It's Risa, scores! Liverpool are having the time of their lives in this semi-final.
So tonight at Upton Park, it's a dress rehearsal for Cardiff and that special date at the Millennium Stadium in May. It's an emotional night here at Upton Park. West Ham's joy at reaching the cup final tinged with sadness following the death of John Lyle, who served the club for an incredible 34 years as a player, coach and finally as manager. Hammers legends, past and present, lined up to pay their respects to a man who was loved by everyone in football. His family are here too, and West Ham's fans paid their own moving tribute. Well, I've no doubt that the cup final lineups will be quite different, but here are tonight's teams. Alan Pardew makes 5 changes from his starting 11 in the semi-final. He's rested goalkeeper Shaka Hislop, defenders Danny Gabidon and Paul Konchesky, and strikers Marlon Harewood and Dean Ashton. Only the midfield remains unchanged from Sunday. The incoming players are Jimmy Walker, Lionel Scaloni and Elliott Ward in defence, with Teddy Sheringham and Bobby Zamora taking over in attack. No fewer than 8 changes for Liverpool. The major names who are rested tonight include Pepe Reina, Sami Hyypiä, Steven Gerrard, Xabi Alonso, Harry Kewell and Peter Crouch. Rafa Benitez is taking no risks with his big stars, and that gives opportunities to the likes of Jerzy Dudek, Jimmy Traore, Jan Krumpkamp and Stephen Warnock. It's Liverpool's 59th game of the season, and they get it underway in a rather unusual fashion. A long and exhausting campaign for Liverpool that began over 9 months ago, and they can still win a trophy, still finish second in the Premiership. Victory tonight will see them move to within 3 points of Manchester United. And of course, thanks to Liverpool, West Ham know they're already in Europe next season. And they want to prove that they deserve to be there by finishing as high as they can in the table. It's a game that could take a while to settle down with so many changes in both lineups. One constant for Liverpool is Jamie Carragher in the middle of defence, his header away. He wears the captain's armband tonight in Gerrard's absence. Traore in the centre of defence. Ferdinand at right back. There was some dispute as to whether he or Scaloni would play on the left-hand side, but Ferdinand lines up where he did in the semi-final. Sissoko wins it back for Liverpool, and now Morientes. Spaniard losing possession. Warnock nips in and manages to give it away to Sheringham, on to Benayoun, and that's a great ball forward to Bobby Zamora, who hesitated, and the chance has gone.
Well, he broke the offside trap, Alan. That was a square back for Liverpool. Great little ball by Benayoun, and Bobby Zamora just couldn't quite take it on in his path, could he, to get his shot away. He had to hesitate, and then of course it was blocked, but a nice bright little start.
West Ham have reached the FA Cup final for the first time in 26 years, the 5th time in their history. It'll be Liverpool's 13th final when they're meeting Cardiff in May. There's Ward winning a rare place in the starting 11 for West Ham tonight, as Alan Pardew, like his opposite number, rings the changes. Carragher, Warnock, Cisse ahead of him in an unusual position down Liverpool's left flank. We've seen him play plenty of times down the right, but not too often down the left.
Well, he'll always want to be trying to cutting in on that right foot, but he's been playing on that right-hand side. He's been found with some great passes, particularly from long range when he runs across the full-back and in behind the centre-backs, and that's really become a ploy of Liverpool. He's got great pace, and he lacks a little bit in technique, and he's got a little bit more composure in front of goal. Well, he'd be a world beater with that pace he's got.
There's Scaloni, naturally a right-footed player, the Argentine international, who's taken a while to settle at right back and lost his place there to Ferdinand in recent games. Collins looking for Bobby Zamora. Sheringham. Etherington back in the side after recent injury problems. Goal kick.
Well, that's one position, isn't it, tonight, Alan, where you look at Matt Etherington, certain starter for the cup final for me, Steve Finnan starting at right back as well. Well, you could gain a psychological advantage at each other. Etherington will want to get at Finnan. Finnan will want to defend well, particularly in those one-on-one situations, which he's going to find himself in.
It's Finnan who plays the ball forward, and I don't think it was Cisse this time. He's normally a victim of the offside flag, but it was Fowler on this occasion.
Well, you can see he's probably not offside. He probably just gets in there. Look, there's the crossover point. We've seen West Ham break the offside trap at one end. And there Liverpool did there, only to be pulled back. But that's the kind of run we're talking about when he runs across, full back alongside centre-backs.
Teddy Sheringham is now, incidentally, just one match short of his 400th appearance in the Premiership. What a record. And of course, one of the oldest in the history of the league at the age of 40. Collins actually made his Premiership debut when the teams met at Anfield back in October. Liverpool won that by 2-0. And back again to the centre-back.
Quite a few pairings at centre-back this season. I think the first choice, if everyone is around and fit, would be Ferdinand, maybe, and Gabidon, who were playing so well, but Scaloni's had a bit of a torrid time when he's played in at right back. They've had to switch Anton Ferdinand to right back, and James Collins has come back in and done a fine job, Alan. But I think that they'll be looking for a right back in the summer, West Ham. James Collins loves to attack the ball. Gabidon plays in and around him, both carrying a couple of knocks, Gabidon and Konchesky. That's why they've been rested tonight.
Yes, little point in West Ham's position in taking any risks. They've got a match away to West Bromwich Albion, and then their final home game against Tottenham before they meet Liverpool again in Cardiff. Here's Kronkamp. And straight into Scaloni. Zamora holding it up well. Sissoko nicks it back off Sheringham.
It was a clumsy challenge from Scaloni. Kronkamp come on the inside. If it had gone down, it may have been a slight appeal, as it was a shade clumsy.
Eddie Hamann. And it goes from Morientes to Fowler, who had more time than he realised.
There's Robbie, supposed to be playing for a contract for next season. I think he's going to get one, no doubt about that. I think he just needs games under his belt. Hasn't had many games, been coming off the bench and scoring a few goals, but for me, put that ball in front of Robbie Fowler in front of goal. Still the best striker of the ball that Liverpool have got, and once he's got those games under his belt, I think he'll be back to his best. Maybe not have that little bit of explosive pace that he used to have, but he's still a great finisher.
There's Morientes on to Sissoko. Fowler's up alongside him. He's cut inside and found Cisse. What a good finish that was. Terrific Liverpool goal in the 19th minute. Djibril Cisse's 16th goal of the season. Only Steven Gerrard has scored more than him.
Well, I was talking about that telescopic leg of Sissoko. Look at this, because the ball looks like it gets away from him. Just about here, out comes the leg, prods it out to Cisse. Oh, he looks like he's going to curl it for the far corner, but he drives it for the near post, and it's a great strike. Just sits up here. There's nearly a half volley, beats Jimmy Walker on his near post. Great strike, and a super run from Sissoko. Bang, straight in the corner.
And that's 4 goals now in his last 7 appearances for a man who is really a fringe figure in the Liverpool squad, despite all those goals. And indeed, the rumours persist that he's unlikely to figure in Rafa Benitez's plans for next season.
Well, that's what he's capable of, Alan. You'll find now for the next 6 shots, he'll try it all the time, and they'll be up in the stand, dragging them wide, screwing them left and right. But when he does strike them and catches them, they stay hit.
So advantage Liverpool then in the match they're calling a cup final rehearsal, but I doubt very much that it is that in reality. There's so many changes, and so many of these players, I suspect, will be watching the cup final rather than taking part in it. West Ham's free kick.
I must say, West Ham game is all about tempo and really playing at a quick pace. They're a young side, but when they're playing at this pace, I think it's Liverpool who are far more suited to it, Alan. I know it's a dress rehearsal and everything, and there's not a lot on it, but they've got to play a bit quicker.
Etherington's cross was good. Well defended by Sissoko. Splendid effort by Benayoun.
Well, that's a great strike and a great save, because I don't think Dudek would think he's going to hit the target from there. It's coming over his shoulder. Cross to the far post, gets flicked on. Deflected. Great volley by Benayoun. And Dudek gets down extremely well.
And the goal has woken West Ham up by the looks of things. And certainly even Alan Pardew himself has admitted that West Ham have to play with their foot on the throttle all the time to be effective. And when they ease off, as they seem to have done from the kick-off tonight, they pay the price. Ward starting the game for only the 2nd time in the last 6 months, by the way. And chasing Fowler here. Don't need to worry, Robbie Fowler got his angles all wrong.
Cisse went to run across Ferdinand, and then Robbie thought he was staying out wide. But Ward's coming in tonight. Played this season against Bolton and had a little bit of a torrid time when West Ham were beaten 4-1 away from home. And when he's so long out the side and you're coming back in, it's very, very difficult.
He's actually been out on loan to Plymouth Argyle. There's Zamora for West Ham. Etherington. 2 in the middle. One of them is Sheringham, who peeled away and found space. Here he is. Ferdinand. Collins on to Ward. Scaloni to his left. Mullins. Benayoun beaten to it by Sissoko. The goal scorer Cisse takes it on for Liverpool.
Well, you saw the way Sissoko nicked possession of Benayoun there again. It's that annoying leg that keeps coming out, toes it away from you, and that's as good as a crunching challenge. Just keep nicking possession off you with a toe, and it really is annoying.
Midway through the first half here in the Barclays English Premier League, 1-0 to Liverpool. Scaloni on the attack for West Ham, leaves it to Etherington. Sets it up for Rio Coker to smack one, and it was well blocked in typical fashion by Carragher. With a good response, though, from the Hammers since going a goal behind. Incidentally, Liverpool haven't lost after taking the lead in a Premiership fixture for the last 2 years, over 40 games. Warnock's clearance. Collins thought he had time, but Morientes had other ideas. Zamora just played it in the wrong side of Sheringham. Finnan. Do that with a rather hurried clearance. And Mullins has it back for West Ham. Etherington. Finnan. And Haman just takes the heat out of the situation. Warnock. Here's Morientes. Cisse to his left. And inside is Sissoko. On to Kromkamp. The Dutchman hits the early cross, but Morientes had taken up the wrong position.
Yeah, it was the wrong shape, the cross as well from Kromkamp. He was hitting across the ball, slicing it towards the keeper instead of curling it between back four and keeper. Morientes had no chance of getting on the end of that one.
Liverpool haven't lost, by the way, since Thierry Henry's late goal for Arsenal and Highbury over a month ago, and since then they've won 6 Premiership matches in a row. Really is an impressive end to the season that started way back in mid-July with a Champions League qualifier. And here's Cisse trying to double their lead. The layoff finds Kromkamp, blocked by Scaloni. Cisse's there again, and so too is Morientes, but he's in an offside position as he puts the ball in the net.
Well, Cisse's certainly giving them problems. If someone's trying to stake a claim for that cup final place, and giving the back four West Ham problems, is Cisse. And you can see Morientes, was he or wasn't he? And you can see Elliot Ward had just gone back in there. He may have been playing him onside. Certainly Cisse on that left-hand side is giving that back four problems. They don't know when to run with him or let him go. Such is his pace at getting him behind. It's all about the timing of his run, really.
Benayoun, Teddy Sheringham. Mullins stabs it forward, and I don't think there's any dispute this time. Zamora offside.
Well, you can see Alan Pardew's team, they like to hold a line, as does Liverpool, and I think that's things that the two sides will be working on for that final. How to break the offside trap of the opponents, timing the run, getting in there, timing of the pass and the run, that's essential.
Cisse making that trademark run again, and look at the man's pace. But it was excellent covering work from Collins, and a clumsy clearance gives Liverpool possession again here. A lovely ball from Morientes to Cisse. Foul is on the near post. Took a little too much time this time.
It was a lovely little reverse pass from Morientes. He was fating to shoot and reverse passed it the other way to Cisse, but just wanted to come back on his right side, and the chance was lost.
Oof. Pinching challenge coming in there, Warnock and Benayoun. Traore winning it back and finding Sissoko. What a run from Sissoko. Difficult ball to play.
Great ball, wasn't it? I mean, naturally that was for a left footer to curl it round. Great ball with the outside of his right foot.
Some of the touches from Sheringham as well have been absolutely brilliant. There was another one, but unfortunately for him and West Ham, Zamora's offside.
Yeah, I think you're right to highlight that, those touches from Sheringham when he does cushion the ball. It's just like coming down, falling onto a pillow. It's lovely. There you see another close high line held by Liverpool. Probably level again, Bobby Zamora. Certainly with Traore, but that touch of Sheringham, it's silky smooth, isn't it?
Scaloni's header, poor really, straight to Kromkamp. Now Haman, Sissoko, Warnock. Sissoko just took his eyes off the ball, and for once he couldn't win it back in the challenge. Etherington. Sheringham's call for the early ball, that was the intention, and eventually it comes to him. Played it in just behind Bobby Zamora. And Finnan eventually deals with the danger. Now Ward for West Ham, rallying here in the closing minutes of the half. Sheringham. crowd warning Mullins that the challenge was coming. Ward. Oh, he's taken a risk against Kronkamp and just about got away with it. Ferdinand. Benayoun takes over. Ferdinand's cross. Oh, what a splendid effort by Teddy Sheringham. It ruffled the side netting. A lot of the people in Upton Park thought it had gone in.
Well, Ferdinand on the gallop, on the overlap. Benayoun holds it up well. Good cross. Lucky from Teddy. You can see he rises early and he's just trying to glance it on, just trying to direct it from the pace of the cross. Just a fraction wide of that near post. Unlucky.
Scored 7 goals this season, and this is his 28th appearance, though many of them, of course, have been as a substitute. Traore. Collins' clearance. Traore underneath it again for Liverpool. Not sure he really knew what he was doing then.
Well, that was a half a crown head, wasn't it?
Etherington. Zamora. Sheringham well placed again, and beyond him is Benayoun.
Well, it's a difficult chance, Alan, but I think he's got to hit the target. It skids off the surface. Everyone misses it on the near post, and in the centre of goals, you can see, comes whipping in from Zamora. He's in there. Now, I think it's a hard chance, but he's just got to head it down on the floor, and then the pace will do it. And he hits it really on the top of his head, and it's always looking like going over. Get it down, but he can't.
We're into 2 minutes of stoppage time at the end of the first half. It's falling awkwardly. Kronkamp keeps possession for Liverpool and then finally gives it away. Collins. Rio Coca. Scaloni. And now back to Etherington. Mullins. Scaloni. Got a little ball around the corner. But Finnan was aware of the danger.
Growing into the game as the half has progressed, West Ham, they started really slowly. I'm not sure they knew how to take this game, but they've got better as the half's progressed.
Zamora volleys one across, too high for Sheringham, but he still managed to get his head to the ball. Ward. Came off Finnan, so it's another West Ham throw as the half-time whistle draws closer. Etherington, yet another throw for the Hammers. And this will probably be their final opportunity to score. And it was a foul throw, would you believe?
He's too close to the ball, Etherington, and he wasn't really able to get his arms back behind his head there. Scaloni just to throw it in his path.
Debate going on here instead of just getting on with things. Mr. Webb making it clear that he will add any time that Liverpool try to waste. Orientes given away to Ward. Touch on by Zamora, but straight through to Jerzy Dudek. Well, the Liverpool team showing 8 changes tonight, nonetheless settled into the game quicker than their opponents and got the deserved lead when Djibril Cissé fired in an excellent goal, his 16th of the season. But West Ham rallied towards half-time, and in Teddy Sheringham, they've had arguably the most skillful player on view here tonight. At half-time at Upton Park, it's West Ham United 0, Liverpool 1.
Chelsea, just 1 point away from winning back-to-back titles,
This guy is unbelievable.
are planning a party at the bridge.
Wild scenes of celebration.
But look who's invited. Manchester United.
Rooney just doesn't miss. United keeping on Chelsea's coattails.
Chelsea v Man United. A massive Ford football special kicks off Saturday at noon. Sky Sports 1.
Daydream, I dream of you amid the flowers. For a couple of hours. Such a beautiful day.
Coming to DVD, the highly anticipated full-length feature film.
There's a battle to be fought.
Final Fantasy VII Advent Children, out now.
It's 20% off time at B&Q. All Bosch Garden and power tools are 20% off. How much help do you need? Real deals at B&Q.
Climbing is totally about relationships, and when you're roped to your partner, you have to put an immense amount of trust in their ability, in climbing, and in their judgment. If they fall, you could both go, but on the other hand, you could save their fall. It's totally about working together.
To follow in our footsteps, go to armyoneverest.mod.uk.
You have no idea what is upon us now.
Now this is what I call a bargain. A whole range to suit your taste. Cheesy. The Junior Chicken Mayo. The Ham and Cheese Toasty. 99p. Oh my. Ooh. McDonald's Pound Saver menu. A real investment in pleasure.
That'll be £2.47. Price applies for the consumption of the first 3 slices only. Each subsequent slice eaten will be 50 pence extra. Offer only available to new cheese customers.
At Tiscali, we keep things simple. Tiscali broadband is unlimited, and $14.99 is all you'll pay every month.
Does not include any other dairy products that are shredded, cubed, sliced, or diced. Crackers? Completely.
For unlimited broadband for just $14.99, call Tiscali now on 0800 107 9000.
Chica, venga. Vamos. ¡Para!
New improved reactions change more quickly, so you only need 1 pair of glasses for all conditions. And now at Specsavers, you can have reactions free.
This Sunday, it's all about death and pain. Grandpa's trying to end it all in a brand new Simpsons.
It is time to hook you up to the dipod.
While Malcolm and the family are finding new ways to torture each other.
It's just so raw. It's beautiful.
A brand new episode of The Simpsons at 6:30 and a brand new episode of Malcolm in the Middle at 7. Sunday on Sky 1.
So Liverpool go into the second half here at Upton Park, leading West Ham by 1-0, and what a splendid goal it was by Djibril Cissé. Carl Fletcher coming on for the injured James Collins.
Substitution on half time. In the second half, no change. Collins, please welcome number 6, Alfletcher.
Well, it's certainly going to be difficult for West Ham to get back into this game because only the champions-elect Chelsea have a better defensive record than Liverpool. And incidentally, if Liverpool stop West Ham scoring tonight, they will equal the club's record for clean sheets in one season. It would be their 34th, and tonight is their 59th game, remember. A remarkable record, and that's been the bedrock, really, of their success this season. Dinnan, and a bit of pressure from Etherington, needed the help of Carragher. It's a poor layoff then by Fernando Morientes, who's been subdued tonight. Benayoun had a chance to bring West Ham level just before a half-time whistle, and there's a lovely ball, and Zamora's knocked it back into the middle, and the finish by Rio Coca. Liverpool won't get that record of clean sheets now, and the West Ham captain has brought them back within 1 minute of the restart.
Great 1 and 2 touch play again. Again, it's Zamora and Sheringham. Look at this ball from Sheringham here, Alan. He's stretching, lovely ball, dead weight from Zamora into the pass of Rio Coca, and that really is the academy stuff, 1 and 2 touch stuff, and it's a great finish. And in the end, Rio Coca has the simple pass of passing it in. It's all about that return pass, and a lovely little bit of awareness for Bobby Zamora. Hasn't been at his best in front of goal, but watch this. He's aware of the one from Rio Coca, just pushes it in his path, and it's 1 each.
And West Ham's youngest skipper since the legendary Bobby Moore celebrates his 100th appearance in the famous Claret and Blue with a goal. His 4th of the season.
Well, John Lara would have been proud of that one, Alan. That was all about 1 and 2 touch, and that's all he preached down here himself and Ron Greenwood before him. 1 and 2 touch play, and that really was out the textbook. Zamora, sorry, it was Benayoun to start it into the Zamora, return pass with Sheringham, and then into the path of Rio Coca. It was a splendid goal.
Very unselfish, wasn't it, of Zamora, because the opportunity had presented itself to him to score. Well, that's really got the second half off to a flying start for the home side. But Scaloni loses possession on West Ham's left flank. And Morientes it was who lost possession. And I have to say, he didn't make the lung-bursting effort you might have expected from him to win it back just before West Ham scored.
Well, he hasn't had the best of evenings. Fletcher there just fouling Morientes. He's just gone straight into the back four as a replacement for James Collins. He's normally a midfield player, but gone straight into that back four.
Here's Sissoko finding a way through West Ham's back four. And it's rattled against the crossbar. What a start to the second half here. Only 3 minutes gone. We've had 1 goal. We could have had another. We might still get another. As Etherington slides it through, but offside this time.
Well, that was very, very close on the offside again. Teddy Sheringham was galloping up on the right-hand side. Etherington went left to Zamora. Was the delay in the pass right? Oh, good decision from the linesman. He was just offside, Bobby Zamora. Then up the other end, it was a great bit of skill from Sissoko. Again, those long legs, very, very difficult to play against, isn't it? Stabs it again, this time on the outside of his right foot again. Morientes onto the bar. I think Walker was beaten.
Benayoun, that's a lovely ball for Sheringham. Rio Coca has found a way through again here. Can he finish again? What a good tackle. Brilliant from Jamie Carragher.
Great tackle, but again it's that line from Liverpool being held. West Ham breaking it again from deep. Jamie Carragher never gives up. Great tackle with his right foot.
The Liverpool skipper has kept them in it for the moment. But West Ham have started splendidly here in the second half. Dudek with an excellent punch away.
Personnel may change for the final, Alan, but the way Liverpool defend won't. It will be more organised, obviously, with Houpier alongside in there with Carragher, but they'll defend in the same manner.
Fletcher playing it long. Morientes, Fowler, that's a lovely ball. Cisse is in here. Can he finish? He needs to be cool, and he was! Cisse gets his second goal. Liverpool go in front again. 9 minutes into the second half.
It's great pace again. Anton Ferdinand gets caught napping. Great ball from Robbie Fowler on the halfway line. Ferdinand gets caught napping. He gets inside him, and then it's all about the finish. I think he's a little bit fortunate. Jimmy Walker's down, but it goes through his legs. Great ball from Robbie Fowler. Teddy Sheringham, really. He's onto it, prods it goalwards. And you think he'd have gone either side of Jimmy Walker, but it's straight at him and through his legs. I think Jimmy Walker will be a little bit disappointed he didn't get hold of that one.
A pretty spectacular celebration as well. Well, 2 goals in 9 second half minutes here. First half might have been subdued at times, but the second half, 5-star entertainment so far. Don't forget, Morientes hit the bar as well.
Well, I think if Cisse was playing for his place in the final, he might get it on the evidence of tonight, because his pace has caused problems all night, breaking that offside trap. You can see there was a big gap between Anton Ferdinand and his centre-backs. He was holding that high line near the halfway line, and that's fatal against the pace of Cisse. Bit fortunate with the finish. But that's 2 for him.
Obviously, Harry Kewell has been Liverpool's first choice in that outside left position, as they used to call it. Reece has played there quite a lot. Warnock on occasions as well. But Cisse has staked a claim tonight, without doubt. And back come West Ham. It's a corner.
Well, it's certainly a better game in the second half. Those 2 early goals has really revved it up, revved the action up a bit. Some chances for West Ham, chances for Liverpool, 2 goals as well in this half. And we've got a game.
Zamora standing right in front of Dudek. Ferdinand and the rest jostling for position. It's an intelligent ball from Scaloni. And the referee didn't like that tackle. He's given the free kick to West Ham.
Well, it looked like he got the block in. Warnock, Mullins came back on his left foot, the ball was deflected away. Obviously he didn't like the follow through.
Potentially a dangerous situation, this as well. And they've got any number of players here, West Ham, who could trouble Dudek. He's made it pretty clear that he won't allow it to be taken quickly. Zamora favourite perhaps. Or Benayoun. Etherington's the 3rd possibility. Zamora steps out of it, so too does Benayoun. Etherington doesn't, and forced a great save. And Ferdinand should really have done better.
Well, he pulled out of it, I think, thinking a challenge was coming in. Anton Ferdinand hits the target. It's a save Dudek would expect to make. Carries it down. Anton Ferdinand here, that's a good chance. Kind of stops in his follow-through. Good shot hitting the target, good save. But here, Anton Ferdinand goes to hit it on the volley and kind of stops at the last moment.
Good work from Ferdinand. Sheringham. And he used the ball as beautifully as you'd expect him to. Etherington takes it on, Zamora awaits the cross. Good in the end by Traore.
Well, everyone had gone in for the shot. No one really hung out for that rebound that was there for the taking.
There's Robbie Fowler. Sissoko slowing it down. And then finding Haman.
Well, he scored some spectacular goals from that distance, but never looked like doing so with that one as he dragged it wide. Sets himself up nicely. Tries to hit it too hard, really.
Into the final 20 minutes. West Ham still 2-1 behind against their FA Cup final opponents. Couldn't go back to Dudek. That route was blocked off. Sami Hyypiä. Cisse, who hasn't been anywhere near as effective coming in from that right-hand side as he was from the left in most of the first half. Rio Coca. He's lost Sissoko. Great run. Zamora. Sheringham. Well placed. Back again to Rio Coca, who's offside. It won't count.
Well, I think Teddy knew immediately knocked that off with another super pass that Rio Coca had gone a fraction early. You see, he does it there, and he just plays it into his path. Oh, it's awfully close, isn't it? It's that crossover again, Hyypiä coming up, Rio Coca going on. It's just what I was talking about. When Teddy comes off deep and players go beyond, you can always break that defensive line when it's square. You can see Teddy's deep, the player goes beyond, there it is there. Very, very difficult for the linesman to judge.
The shot was blocked by Sami Hyypiä. Mullins, clever ball, and straight away Harewood shows his strength and gets it back. Couldn't finish. Sheringham couldn't either. But it was Sheringham's through ball that once again gave West Ham the opening.
It was a lovely little dink, wasn't it, from Teddy Sheringham. Harewood holds it up. There's no space to really dink it in behind, but Teddy finds it. Just doesn't quite come down in time for Harewood to get his shot away.
Well, for me, Teddy Sheringham's been the man of the match. He comes in again from the back post here, looking for Harewood. Mullins beaten to the header. And a break on perhaps for Liverpool. Kromkamp in possession for them. They've got men out wide, both sides. Cisse did well to reach that. Robbie Fowler.
Well, I think if that's in the first half early on, Robbie scores that. Maybe a few tired legs from Robbie there as well. Good cross from Cisse, didn't look like catching it. Great cross, gets up early, but he can't hang. I just think it's that little bit of lack of fitness right at the end there from Robbie. Otherwise, that's a goal from him early in the game. It's food and drink for him.
That could have been interesting if he'd scored, because he's just been substituted. He has in fact scored in each of the last 4 Premier League games he started before tonight. But that sequence has come to an end now. And in his place, Luis Garcia, playing his 50th game of the season now for Liverpool. And of course, got a great goal in the semi-final, his 11th of the season.
Well, that's good for the fitness of Robbie Fowler. 80 minutes on the pitch.
Good interception there by Sissoko. Looks like Cisse's ended up in another position now. He started on the left, played much of the second half on the right, now he's gone down the centre. There's Mullins. Liverpool, incidentally, can record their highest ever total of points in a Premiership season. They need to win all 3 remaining games, including tonight. Then they've got Aston Villa at home and Portsmouth away to complete their fixtures. It's another mark of the tremendous job that Rafa Benitez has done. Now, Mullins, very unwise to lash out at Luis Garcia like that.
Especially the cup finals coming up. Garcia was the first one to lash out at Aidan Mullins.
And a game that's been played in a splendid spirit. has suddenly and inexplicably, with 10 minutes to go, boiled over.
Garcia's frustration at miscontrolling the ball as Mullins nicked it off him. He had a little bit of a lash out of Mullins, I first saw, and then Mullins unfortunately reacted to Garcia. Well, I hope Mr. Webb just, well, maybe common sense prevails here and there's no red cards, I hope. As you said, Alan, there's been nothing at all there. It is a red card.
It is a red card, and that could well put his place in the FA Cup final in jeopardy. And it's another red card as well. Luis Garcia gets his marching orders.
Well, I did think he was the first one really to have a push out, and then Mullins reacted to that. So if one went, the other had to as well, in my opinion.
Well, of course, both clubs only have 2 remaining league games.
And Garcia loses control. Mullins comes across him. There was a little lash there from Garcia, then another one there across the face, and there an elbow into the back by Garcia, and then a reaction from Mullins into the face of Garcia, who goes down poleaxed. So both players are guilty. Here it is again. They're both frustrated at losing possession. They're tussling. There's the elbow right in the back by Garcia, and a little bit of a push in the face by Mullins. And Garcia goes down poleaxed, but there's no excuse for either player.
Well, I assume that will be deemed as violent conduct, which normally leads to a 3-match ban. And as I say, both teams only have 2 remaining league games before the FA Cup final. Well, that was totally out of character with everything that had gone before. Really hard to explain quite why both players acted in such a senseless fashion. The crowd almost as stunned as the players about that incident as Cisse goes forward to complete his hat-trick. What a miss.
Well, this man may be starting in the final. Whether he's on them up the middle or out wide, I don't know, but there you go again. His pace giving him problems, getting in between defenders. He should have had his hat-trick.
Great run here from Ferdinand. Can he provide the cross? He did, but it was brilliantly defended. But I don't need to tell you who by.
Well, he plays every game as if it's a Champions League final. Magnificent defending from Jamie Carragher.
Still looking for that equalising goal and almost found it there as Dudek was tested from long range by Scaloni.
Well, he was tested, he was hitting across the ball, Scaloni. Ball comes out to him from the corner, he's set up nicely, he tries to hit across it, doesn't keep it down.
Alan Hurwood hasn't seen too much of the ball since he came off the bench. And he left his foot in there and Liverpool have got a free kick. There'll be 3 minutes of stoppage time.
Well, it may have been dubbed a dress rehearsal, but we know there's going to be plenty of changes between the two sides before they go into that final. There's been enough good football in the match to suggest that hopefully, if nerves don't get the better of them, either side, that it may be a good cup final, Alan, for me. I think that's the most important thing. And of course, that West Ham win it.
Spoken like a true hammer. Reese's header has gone straight out for West Ham's throw. Fletcher did a good steady job since coming on at half-time in a pretty unfamiliar position. Sheringham. Mario Coca. Ferdinand. Trip then on Risa will give Liverpool a free kick and an opportunity to get the ball in the West Ham half here, deep into stoppage time.
It's the only blot on the game tonight was the sending offs of Garcia and Mullins. Game's been played in good spirit between the two sides, and I'm sure the final will be as well. But that really came out the blue. Mullins and Garcia reacting out of nothing. Hasn't been anything like that in the game at all.
Walker's got to get this free kick into the Liverpool box quickly, which he duly does. He had an opportunity to round off a wonderful cameo performance with a goal.
Well, the pained expression on his face and the rolled down socks, I think he's pretty crackered his Teddy, but he's trying to get onto the volley and it's just taken out of his path. Well, Bobby Zamora, funny enough, as he tries to let it go, just brushes off his cheek.
Few seconds now at Upton Park. Oh, free kick. Lisa was expecting one. Here's Fletcher. There's the final whistle. Liverpool win again. Their 9th victory in a row in League and Cup. They're now within 3 points of Manchester United, 3rd in the Premiership table. 2 goals by Djibril Cissé gave them those 3 points. Rio Coca bringing West Ham level just after the start of the second half, but Cissé scored again to make victory safe for Liverpool. But the real headline here, the red card for Hayden Mullins, who's played most games for West Ham this season, and also for Luis Garcia, who scored so many valuable goals. And if the disciplinary process follows its due course, both those players now will not be available to play in the FA Cup final. Here are the goals. Djibril Cissé giving Liverpool the lead in the first half with a splendid finish. Then a lovely build-up by West Ham United. Rio Coca applying the finishing touch. 1-1 just after half-time. But Liverpool soon back in front. A stroke of good fortune, but Cissé took his chance well. And then came the big flare-up. Totally out of character with the rest of the game. The referee showing red cards to both Mullins and Luis Garcia. It's finished at Upton Park. West Ham United 1, Liverpool 2.
Rafa, good news and bad news. I suppose it's tradition to start with the bad news. What did you make of the sending off incident?
It was difficult. No, at the end of the game, they were fighting for a ball. It was difficult. And then both players, they apologized each other, and also the referee, because it's a pity, no, to lose 2 players in one game like this. No?
Happened pretty much in front of the dugouts. Do you think one player was more to blame than another? There seemed to be a bit of blame on both sides.
It's difficult. I think that the referee, in this moment, he decided this to send off both players, and it's not easy. No, I think that the most important thing for me is the 2 players, they apologize each other, and also the referee, and we will have maybe the most important game for the life of the players in a few days, and then I think that is a pity in this case.
Liverpool are now breathing down Manchester United's necks, just 3 points in it, although they have played a game more than United. Liverpool still on course to collect their highest total of points since the Premier League began. The relegation issue could be settled over the weekend. Pompey go to Wigan, Birmingham are at home to Newcastle, West Brom don't play till Monday, but by then their fate could already be sealed. Well, with so many changes made by both teams, it wasn't really a cup final rehearsal, but still a psychological victory for Liverpool as we say goodnight from Upton Park.
I might be a king, still might be